Let's get started with a very cool design of this card. You'll notice that there is kind of an image cut out of this piece of cardstock, and I'm going to show you how to do this. This is really, really cool, and I thought very fun. So what we're going to start off with is the items that we have. There is our card base. There's a piece of cardstock that goes on top. And then we will be embossing that, and then first cutting and then embossing. So we got to have our large butterfly, a piece of scrap paper for a sentiment. We need a piece of designer series paper to go behind the butterfly that we're going to stamp on, and some ribbon. So let's get those set aside. What we need to do is start with is we are going to be cutting out our butterfly. Now you can have your butterfly flying out from this way, out that way, or you can turn him. It is totally up to you, but mainly you want to get it above the 1/4 of the way, because this part on the bottom is where we're going to be placing our sentiment, and I'm actually going to put my butterfly kind of flying out that way. And what we want to do is we want to die cut this guy out first before we emboss. So let's go cut him out, and then let's take a look at what embossing folder we're going to use. We have him cut out, and what I want to do is I'm going to keep this image in case I need it for something. So I'm going to pop him in with the rest of my butterflies that I have in spare. Okay. I have decided to use the Zinnia embossing folder because I kind of like the flower image on that. I think it gives it a soft, subtle kind of emboss on it. So I'm going to place it on there. You can definitely use whatever you like, but I'm going to use the Zinnia on that. And let's take a look on how that turned out. So there's always an embossed and a debossed side to any embossing folder. This turned out really, really nice. I like that. And there's the other side. If I wanted him to go the other way, this would look really cool too. Either way looks fantastic. So we have him cut and we have this embossed. Let's place that off to the side and look at our designer series paper. We want the designer series paper, the image to be on, we're going to stamp the image of the butterfly on there. Now, I could always glue this and try and, finagle him in there, but the easiest thing to do is to get the designer series paper, and I'm going to get my stamp, and I'm going to stamp on the designer series paper, and then I can move that around to fit inside that image that I had cut out. So let's ink it up. Okay, and what I want to do is I'm actually going to kind of put it as best as I can right there. Okay, and let's see how that turns out. So I'm going to line them up. Okay, there we go. And I notice as I line him up, part of the DSP goes over it. That is okay. So what I want to do, first I wanted to line him up just to make sure. I'm going to get some Scotch tape. So I'm looking to see, does any of the DSP kind of peek out? Does it miss any of that negative space? So I'm going to get a piece of Scotch tape. Just going to cut a little bit off, not too much. I want to make sure that I have a piece of that wing. I'm going to add a piece of tape, so when I lay it down, so the sticky part of the tape is up. Okay, again, I'm going to look on layering it down. Now remember that sticky part of the tape is up, so when I press, it's in there. So when I press right here, it sticks on to that part. So remember, sticky part up, and now I can tape the rest down. Remember that piece that was kind of overhanging? I'm going to take a look, and I'm going to just snip that away on the top and the bottom. And I want you to be careful not to get too low that I cut into the negative space. Again, taping that down. Looking good. Oh, that looks absolutely fantastic. I love that. let's get our card base and place him on there. Oh, look, it fits. But remember, we are doing ribbon across. Before I glue this down, I need to place the ribbon down. Again, I'm going to place the ribbon across. I don't know about you, but I just like using tape. I just find it makes it much easier. And I'm going to tape that ribbon to the back. There we go. And now I can glue that down on the front. You can use with dimensionals if you want, or you can just glue straight down. It is up to you. So I'm going to place that down. Oh, this looks great. The color combination really, really sets off that butterfly. Now, before I finish like putting a knot, I am going to stamp a sentiment and place it on the top. So I have already a little sentiment that I have pre-cut. I am going to actually place it offset from the butterfly, because if I put it on top, it looks like it's kind of encroaching on him. So what I want to do is set it off to the side. You can flag the ends if you like. I'm just going to make them straight. And I'm going to set that up on dimensionals. Now, because the ribbon is there, I need to make sure that my dimensionals kind of bridge the top and the bottom, so it kind of goes over the ribbon. So I want to make sure I have enough dimensionals to make sure that it's going to stick. So let's get that. And I'm going to place that, on top. So I've placed that off to the side. And now what I can do is make that little knot here. And I can slide it left and right and trim it up. There we go. I want to add a few embellishments, so I'm going to go with actually the clear ones and just pop them here and there. There we go. And that's it for that card. I could add a couple of more embellishments, but I don't have any more of these clear ones. But there we go. There is the card for that one. Super simple and a great use of negative space on that card.